Hello everybody, this is Harbinger. We are playing Wingspan Asia expansion here on Steam, and this is our opening hand. So we are starting with some Oceania birds, Splendid Fairy Wren and Magpie Lark. I've seen them before. They are basically not something you play in the early game, you play them towards the end of the game. I guess Fairy Wren could be like an early indication that we want to go for passerine birds, but probably not. Peaceful Dove lets you lay eggs in the forest, which is an ability we could use to play like Jello and teal birds in the grasslands instead. But they are washing resources into a different kind. We are not gaining resources, and resource gaining is what we really want to do. Then we have access to an Asia bird, Twite, which lets us draw 2 cards from the deck and add them to our hand. Then we can tuck any 2 cards from our hand behind this bird. So basically, if we play it in the first round, it's guaranteed to net us 8 cards drawn over the course of the game and net us up to 8 points from tucks. I think that's a good enough bird to keep off the opening hand if we can play it early enough. And I think we can probably make that happen. So what are the other stuff we care about here? It's birds that eat grain, which is decently easy to happen, but we need quite a lot of them to get only 3 points, while pellet dissector is if we get 4 fish or rodents caged on any birds, we get 6 points. And I have played with this in the base game, in the board game once or twice, and I think there are quite a few birds that lets you just outright do this for free. So I think I'm gonna take pellet dissector here, and then we need some kind of game plan. I think I like the Peaceful Dove for the opportunity to not spend actions activating the grasslands, and I'm gonna take the Twite just because we want to play with new Asia birds whenever we can, and we already have 2 birds that are passerine amounts, so maybe we also want to bring the Splendid Fairy Wren into the game here. I don't hate it, so I think we're gonna do that, and we are taking the pellet sector, and yeah, Magpie Lark and Whipping Crane, it's a little bit early to keep. They're really heavy. I would like to have the option to put something into the wetlands that lets us draw more cards, but that's not in the card for us today. So then the question is, do we want to pick up either of these, or do we want to not do so? And I think we don't really care about picking up these just yet, so let's focus on playing out the birds we actually care about. I'm gonna play out the Peaceful Dove for a nectar here, and that way we can keep the grains for later. Not that important to lay the eggs immediately, but it's okay to have the option, because that can allows us to, if we activate and spend an egg here, we can actually draw 2 cards, and I think drawing 2 cards is pretty good. So let's just do this, and I guess we spend 2 of these grains here to have 2 eggs available to draw more cards. Grey Warbler and Red-Eyed Vireo are great ways to get additional stuff out for Splendid Fairy Wren. They are also going to both, all of these 3 guys are going to count for the 3rd round and goal, which is pretty nice. And they are worth doing their thing. Also, it lets us get up to the 3rd food dice pretty fast, so I don't hate the idea of doing this. We need like 4 foods to play them out, and we would need 1, 2, 3 eggs to play them out as well. So I don't hate the idea of this. But let's spend the nectar, because that's the That's a way to get nectars into here. So I'll pick up 2 of these guys, and then I think we will try to get the food for these guys. And oh yes, and thank you. Okay, maybe we can actually get this going pretty fast here. We double check. We need 1, 2, 3 eggs, so we need to spend 1 grain to this guy, and then we need to have 1, 2, 3 foods to play these guys out, and we also kind of want to play out the Twite. Let's just go here and do this as of now. Spend 1 grain here to get 1 egg. And yeah, we can easily afford to play the Twite as well. We should also try to pay attention to what's left in the or what's accessible in the bird tray. We don't need the titmouse, we don't need the Western Tanager. They give us additional grains, or you give us additional food and you get us additional points. But when we get up to here, we get access to 3 food dyes, which is pretty good. So I think that's gonna be good enough. Let's just take the stuff we need. We can use the grains to any case here, so let's just do this. And then we're going to boom. Then we're gonna take some more food, then we're gonna play out the Twite, and that's the end of the first round. We're gonna play out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 birds the first round. That's pretty great. Okay, do this in the correct order, or it doesn't really, it's not that important to do it in the correct order, but let's at least try. Play you, and play you. So now, in case we get the ascending descending wingspan, we at least, or ascending descending points, we do have that card. Okay, cool. Now, playing out the Twite is the next thing we care about. So let's just pick up some grains and a fish, I guess. We don't. Yeah, we don't need to turn those grains into eggs just quite yet. Or maybe we should have. That way we could have drawn 2 cards if we want to draw cards immediately next turn. Well.
Twite. Outside of breeding season, twites will gather in large numbers, often with other finches.
Yeah, they like to gather outside breeding season. Okay, so first we draw 2 cards, Roseate Spoonbill and the Grey Butcherbird. And if we don't want to play these, we can tuck them immediately to get more points. So, the Grey Butcherbird is a way to try to get Pellet Dissector to work. So I kind of want to keep this guy around and try to make that happen. Roseate Spoonbill is additional bonus cards, which is pretty good. So is a free tucked bird better or worse than to keep around the card you kind of want to play? I mean, if we play the Butcherbird, we probably play it in the wetlands, so we can try to find more cards we want to activate, and we don't want to play it here because when we draw 4 food, we don't want to activate this guy a lot, I think. Yeah, so I think I want to play it here, draw some cards, and then decide what we want to do with it. Yes. Let's check the Spoonbill just to. Oh, it's forced. It's forced to tuck 2 cards. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Okay, we need to keep cards in hand so we can. So we don't have to tuck cards to this guy if the cards we draw are good. Okay. Rosy Starling and Mute Swan. I think it's too late to pivot to it, incredible tucking power in these two here. We can't pick up both of them now, so it's gonna be hard to decide which one we rather want. I think it's the Mute Swan though. If you can only take one of these, I think it's the Mute Swan. Yeah, reason being that we don't need additional food because we already are producing a lot of food over here. So the reimbursement of the tucked card draw, I think it's better. I'm just going to make sure we actually get the Swan, and if we can still get the Rose's Darling later, I would be really happy. But it's not a huge deal if we can't get it, because I also think that it might be a little bit too late to bother too much with the tucking engine, because if we had started, if this was the previous round, we would have had so many more turns to actually activate a weapons engine. But yeah, I don't think you're gonna get the opportunity enough to activate it enough times for it to actually matter. Okay, we still need want to try to find the pallet dissector stuff, and we also kind of want to care about the Passerine specialist things, but like Malfoal would be a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 point bird in of itself now. Play it in the grasslands where it doesn't stay in the way for anything, so I don't hate the idea of picking that guy up. Do we care about the Starling when we already have the opportunity to tuck the Mute Swan? I don't think we do. I think we need to try to find pellet dissector value. Didn't quite get there. Gonna tuck this guy into the Mute Swan and pick up the Malfoal here. And we are gonna try to do this again. Find some stuff we actually care about. Black-headed gull, not quite that. Black Swan is another bird that wants to lay eggs at the end of the game. Maybe we just go for lay eggs at the end of the game as the theme for our game plan here. It's not the greatest of game plans, especially when they are as synergistic as they are. Like they want to lay at small birds, they want to lay at very large birds. Maybe we should have picked up something like the Black-tailed Godwit to get some more bonus cards out. It's too late to pick it up, get correct food and play it out now, so yeah. Let's look at some other stuff. And I think that other stuff is going to be to play out the Black Swan, so we can cycle eggs or nectars into a third card. We can tuck 2 cards to the swans. Yeah, that's the general game plan from us now. I guess we could just play it out like this. And then we can cycle nectars this turn. Yeah, why don't we just do this? And we can draw a third card here, and that should allow us to pick up the Black-tailed Godwit if we so choose, and I think we do. King Rail. Okay, now we have some more action here. And a Bullfinch as the card we drew. So, Great Indian Bustard, that's such a good bird. Too bad we can't pick it up. It also kind of needs us to have a bonus card we can score, so let's not be too crazy. We get a small bustard instead. Okay, cache these 2 birds there. And the opponent only played 3 food worth of birds? What? What are you doing? You played Eurasian Coot and the Merry Cockatoo, and that's the only thing you... AI! Okay, so we can't rely on the opponent for actually competitive gameplay, but that's fine. Rhinoceros Auklet is a way to get pellet detector, I think. If you roll at least one fish, cage fish from the supply on this bird, all players may discard cards from the supply to gain from the hand to gain fish from the supply. So picking up and playing out this guy is a way for us to hit pellet detector if we are lucky enough. It also gets eggs from the Malfoal, and I think that's the general game plan. So let's try to play out the black-tailed godwit. If we can sack the Rufus Night Heron to get a 4th card, I think we are, or fourth food. We are happy here. We need at least 1 grain to be able to play out the godwit this turn. And then we can play it out, pick up this guy. Get the bonus card. Get some stuff going. Bird counter, yeah, okay, cool. That's 4 points. Pick up the Auklet, Crested Lark, and a Purple Martin, and we decided to pick up the Rhinoceros Auklet here because it helps us with the pellet detector task. Right-e-ho. Okay, now we need a fish and 2 grains of this thing, or we can take just nectar and 2 grains, yes, and thank you. Do we care about a little bustard? Or we could sack the King Rail. Probably the King Rail, because it's going to be really expensive to play that guy out. Just do that so we can take 3 eggs. That way we can play the Auklet and we can play the Little Bastard whenever it's available to us. Okay, do that, eat 2 eggs. And of course, it might be the wrong thing to activate this guy to maybe get pellet detector to work here, but yeah, I want to try to make the Asia birds actually work. Stubble quail is usually pretty okay. Yeah, okay. Reroll these 2. And scoop, no fish this time. Then we took this guy. Oh, it's this card to gain fish from supply. Yeah, don't do that. We are gonna tuck this guy, and I think I'm gonna tuck this guy as well. Do we play or tuck the stubble quail as well? Stubble quail does nothing that the peaceful dove doesn't already do, so I don't think we need it. I think we rather just want to have the point and pick up a rowdy duck off dancer. I don't know. I do think though that playing a Malfoal is pretty good. That's 2 points in itself. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10 points, including the eggs, if we play it over here. That's pretty good, and if you play the bustard as well. Yeah, looks to be a winning move. Let's try to hit the Auklet again, and if we don't, it's probably over for the pellet detector, unless we can find something really good in the last round. Not this time. Then I think we are done with trying to make that happen. Eat some of these cards here to take 3 points and get a card back. Yeah, I don't think the wheelet is going to help us out enough to make pellet detector to work here. So it's copy 1 bonus card to the previous player after the acid is your own. Score it based on your own birds. It's going to be really hard to try to gauge what the opponent has here, since they are basically doing nothing. But yeah, it's yeah, I don't know what the opponent wants to do here. We have Eastern Imperial Eagle, Desert Finch, and a Clark's Crab here. I don't think they are going to help us out very much. I do kinda want to try out the Indian Vulture here, so we're probably going to do that. So let's see, if we play out Malfoil, Bustard, and Indian Vulture, we are going to need one more egg, I think. 2 more eggs, maybe? One egg for you, you are net 0, and then we need 2 more eggs, yes. So, and we need 1, 2, 3, 4 food. Thinky. Yeah, I think we can sack the Willet to gain more food. And then the question is, do we sack eggs, sack grains here to gain eggs? Oh, we're gaining the eggs from Malfoil after we count the round, and that's a little bit unfortunate. But yeah, it's gonna be what it is. If we sack the grains, we have to take food again to play out the birds. If we don't sack the grains, we can take 2 eggs here, or we can take 1, 2, 2 fruits and 2 eggs and an egg. It's straight up more resources from here than from here, so it's better to get the eggs from the forest than to get it from the grasslands. Yeah, that's the solution to that conundrum. Okay. And then we take food again, steal all the nectar possible, zoop, and I guess we take another grain here so we can get a 4th egg, which is some more points at the end of the game. Then we play Malfoil, Little Bustard, put egg on one of the correct birds, and then it's playing the Indian Vulture and hope that it gives us points. Yeah, it's exciting to play the new Asia bird, so I think it's okay. But you never know. Weapon data analyst, hey, 5 points we didn't have earlier. Okay, actually put that on the Malfoil since it has plenty of egg capacity. And then it's the Indian Vulture, eat peaceful dove eggs.
Indian Vulture. India banned use of diclofenac in cattle in 2008 after it caused the death of millions of vultures.
Something about cattle causing the death of plenty of vultures. Okay. Black Noddy and Bobolink. Bobolink would have been crazy for us earlier if we could have... this guy could have laid so many eggs and given us so much tempo. Like, he would laid us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 eggs. Oof, that would have been crazy. But that never happened, so what do you know? 89 points before we are tallying up the end of round stuff. Hopefully these 4 game end powers is gonna give us some late game value. Let's take the Black Swan first, then do the Malfoil, then do the Splendid Fairyman. We had 1 egg, now we have 19 eggs, so we laid 18 eggs of the game end powers. Okay, that's decently good. And what bonus cards can we choose from? Winter Feeder, food remaining in supply at the end of the game. Okay, that's just the way it is. We when you're scoring bonus card and then at the end of the game and you don't really know what the opponent is doing, it's hard to gauge what you can expect out of them. But I do feel that there were plenty of bonus cards we could have hit that would have scored us a decent amount of points, but it is what it is. Okay, so, but laying 18 eggs at the end of the game is really nice. And yeah, we don't get that many points, but 111 is quite more points than we had before we activated all of these cello powers. And let's just try to look at bonus cards we could have hit that would have given us good scores. Like the bonus cards that want us to have birds that cost 3 food would have given us like 3 points. We could have had these omnivore tanks for 1, 2, 3. Verticulturist would have hit. We would not have hit Fishery Manager. We would probably have hit the lower tier of Passerine Specialist. We have so many star nests that we could probably hit many of the platform or many of the nest based stuff. Yeah. Red, gray, we could have hit black, we could have hit the color based one. Tailed. Yeah, we had a lot of stuff we could have hit of the Indian vulture, but yeah, looking at what the opponent did, we could probably guess that it didn't really care about doing stuff here. I don't know what happened here, but the AI just tunnel visioned into tucking as much stuff they could to the Eurasian coot, and that doesn't really work long term. You need to gain resources in the early game, and when you tuck stuff to the Eurasian coot, you can't tuck it to the cockatoo, which means that you don't get resources here. And yeah, it's Eurasian coot is really good at converting cards to points, but you're spending your resources when you do that. So you don't want this guy to be here, you want this guy to be here. So, and if you have this guy and 4 birds that lets you cycle cards, like the house barn or the barn swallow or the house finch, you get like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points in action, and you net 1 card, so you can like play the Eastern Parent Eagle or any of the other good stuff. So you want it for those cases. But yeah, unlike the main duck and the mute swan, you don't get the additional benefit of tucking just 1 card to it. So yeah, it's much worse than the stuff like this guy, because if you tuck you can tuck 3 cards to this guy as well. You just have to tuck it at different kinds of birds, but you only if you tuck only 1 card, you get the card back, so you don't lose resources, but you lose resources on the other game. Actually, look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's unintentional, but it's also really fun. And yeah, Twite. I'm a little bit disappointed that it forces you to tuck any 2 cards, because basically that means that if you don't have any cards in your hand, it basically just draws you 2 points, and but and getting 2 points at each round, that isn't the worst thing in the world, but it's really disappointing when you look at a good card and you have to tuck it because you're not given any choice. So in that regard, this is rough, but worse, because the rough, I mean, it guaranteed gets you the 8 points or the 2 points every round, and while the rough can maybe get you 3, but you need the cards up front. But in the rough, you have a little bit more agency in whether or not you want to tuck cards. And yeah, that's it for this game. Rhinoceros Arclet, I think, is not a good card at all. Doesn't help us with the Winter Feeder or the Pellet Sector. So yeah, it just didn't quite work for us this game. And I think that rolling 2 dice and getting fish, I think the chance of that happening is like 1 in 3. So yeah, it's really low odds. Probably don't rely on this card to help you win games. But yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. This has been Harbinger. We'll be playing Wingspan Asia on Steam. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.